Assalamualaikum and hi. Today we would like to present the subject assignment Religion in Malaysia HEB 2092-2093 entitled Vaccine Hesitancy from the Point of View of Christianity, Islam and Buddhism. Before that, I would like to introduce the member of the group consisting of Ivanish anak lelaki Jeva, Muhammad Syakir bin Muhammad Zulkifli, Joycelyn Judith anak Jilun, Nurin Fatiyah binti Nurul Faizal, and me, Muhammad Muizzuddin bin Kamal Tajuddin.
Hello, I'm Nurin Fatia Nur Faizal, student number 2000446, and I will start the video presentation today by explaining our background studies on our chosen topic, which is anti-vaccine and vaccine hesitancy from the point of view of Christian, Islam and Buddhism. So in Malaysia, we have a variety of religions, but the three major one is consisted of 63.5% of Muslim, 18.7% of Buddhists, and 9.1% Christians. Throughout the making of this report, our main objective is to analyze the perception of these three religions towards vaccines and vaccination, especially with the huge wave of COVID-19 we have been experiencing. And second is to investigate how religious reason affect the decision of the public to refuse or take the vaccine. So at the end of 2019, the first ever COVID case was identified in China on December 31st and began spreading throughout the whole world. So many affected countries has taken strict actions and protocols to avoid the worst from happening to everyone. The people infected, the elderly, the infant, and people with chronic diseases. One of the biggest concerns to delay and hopefully stop the virus from spreading widely is vaccination, such as all we know, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and many others. With the urgency of the virus spreading, the vaccines was produced in a very short time. Does this worry some group of communities as with the effectiveness and the risk of allowing these chemicals to enter our body? And some may have some other concerns to it, like their beliefs or maybe some religious views. So the results of these studies are expected to provide knowledge to the community about the views of anti-vaccine and vaccine hesitancy among Christians, Muslim, and Buddhists, and also to investigate and identify the differences in perception among these three major religions about vaccination and the hesitancy to take it. Thank you.
Okay, next literature review. For our assignment, we made several surveys of past study related to the COVID-19 disease and the religious view of Islam, Christianity, and Buddhism in taking vaccines. For the introduction of COVID, we refer to the research paper titled The Outbreak of COVID by Wu et al. And article Predictive Symptoms for COVID-19 in the Community by Elliot et al. 2021 that state about symptoms of COVID. Next, we move to vaccination articles. The article have become our reference is analysis of COVID-19 vaccines, types and application by Han et al. 2021 that state various types of vaccine are produced using their own technology and ingredients, where each type of vaccine has its own advantages and disadvantages. From article Effectiveness of COVID-19 Vaccines over a 9-month period in North Carolina 2022 by Lin et al., the study proved that the vaccine could reduce the risk and number of hospital admissions in North Carolina throughout the 9 months of the study. But the effectiveness of the vaccine decreased due to the evolution of the virus. From Islam views, we refer to article Giving COVID-19 Vaccines According to Community Understanding and its Relationship with Qawaid Fiqhiyah Method 2020 article by Muhammad Hazan and Jasli. The role of Qawaid Fiqhiyah in Da'wah during epidemic situation 2020 by Hazri Osman et al. And a Sharia law perspective of COVID-19 vaccines by Mardian, where all of them state that taking the vaccine is low on the Islamic side with the low method and materials. Christianity view. For Roman Catholics, we take article and news from Pope Francis urged people to get vaccinated against COVID in Vatican News by Watkins 2021. And Wisconsin Council of Church. From Orthodox Church, we refer to T9 2022 in mandatory COVID-19 vaccine for SA Church. Both of these have no objection to allow vaccination in their adherents for the general welfare. Last but not least, from Buddhist view, this religion also encourages vaccination in their followers to prevent the spread of disease and care about the health of the people around them. We refer to written article LC 2016, religious exception for vaccination or religious excuses for avoiding vaccination. Thank you.
Celine. My ID number is 20369 and I'll be presenting my part in this research known as the research methodology or research design. So in this research methodology part, we'll be discussing mainly about data collection method and techniques. So in this research, we will be using two methods, with our main method being quantitative method or known as systematic quantitative method. So this method is represented by numbers and graphs. They're utilized to test theories and assumptions as well as confirming them, and we chose this technique because it is a very convenient way and it is a quicker way in creating generalizable facts about the topic that we've chosen today. So to be able to complete this quantitative method, there will be several ways that are used, like experiments, number observations, and surveys. So in our research, we will be using survey technique. So this survey technique is completed with the help of Google Form apps, in which our group members are creating questionnaires in the Google Form apps and then spreading them around in social media like WhatsApp. So in this survey or questionnaire, there will be two parts, which are the structured part and the unstructured part. The structured part consists of multiple choice questions, or basically known as the MCQ questions. So these MCQ questions are displayed with two main goals behind it, such as obtaining basic identities of our respondents, like their age, genders, and their religions. And next, they will be able to provide a wide variety of alternatives for the respondent to choose from as relevant to our topic. Next part will be the unstructured part, or known as our subjective part. In this subjective part, there will be open-ended questions, which is used and displayed to create a platform or space for respondents to freely and widely voice out their opinions and perspectives about our topic. So as I have mentioned above, this part is very common and open-ended, therefore it will be unbiased. And when it is unbiased, it became easy and quicker for the respondent to have a grasp on what we are discussing in our research. Last but not least is our second minor method, known as the sampling method. In this sampling method, we will be using simple random method. So this simple random method basically describes the characteristics of our sample. So we have three characteristics. One of it is our sample size, which we have roughly 30 respondents. We are targeting a specific group of students coming from three specific religions, known as Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism. And last but not least, all the sample research design are chosen at random. That's it for my part. Thank you.
Next, we will be looking at the data analysis of this report. While preparing the questionnaire, we divided the questionnaire into 4 different sections. The first section of this questionnaire investigates the overall demographic of the respondents. When we look at this graph, it shows that 60% of our respondents are male, while the remaining 40% are female. And while looking at from a religion's point of view, 73.3% of the respondents are from Islam, 16.7% are from Christianity, while the remaining 10% are from Buddhism. This study was conducted by distributing the questionnaire randomly to Christian, Muslim, and Buddhist students of University Technology Petronas. Next up in section B, we asked questions that were related to common opinion about vaccination. And one of the questions was regarding the statement, "Only God can heal and improve one's health." 80% of the respondents agreed to this statement, while some provided different perspectives, such as one of the responses was, we must put effort first into improving our health, and after all those efforts, we put ourselves into the hand of God. Another respondent also highlighted the role of doctors and modern medical facilities in aiding the healing process. In section C, we asked questions to investigate how much respondents agree towards vaccination necessity, and one of the questions was regarding how much religions have influenced taking vaccine. And from this bar graph shown, we can see that the responses we received have shown a major increase from 3.3% rating 4 to 30% rating 10. So it is really safe to conclude that majority of our respondents have been slight to strongly influenced by their religion and beliefs to take vaccination, and they believe that vaccination is necessary to be taken. In section D, all of our questions were related to the opinion of our respondents toward the necessity of vaccines. And there was one question that was asked common to all the respondents, which was, why do they think that vaccine is necessary or not necessary? Since 93.3% of the respondents said that vaccine is necessary, justifications were provided from each person's religious point of view. So one Muslim respondent said that Islam prioritizes taking precautions from danger rather than looking for a cure later. A Buddhist respondent said that vaccine is necessary if it adheres to the Eightfold Path and its intention is right, which is to heal people and fight diseases. While a Christian respondent pointed out the fact that Pope encouraged Christians to take the vaccination of COVID-19 as an act of love. We also asked questions that were specific to Muslim respondents, and one of them was if they think that vaccination is a form of compliance with Sharia law. And 65% of the Muslim respondents think so because according to the Islamic point of view, vaccine aids in the preservation of life, which also aligns with the preservation of religion. So Muslims who refuse to take a vaccine are considered to be acting against the Sharia law. However, 10% of the Muslim respondents think that vaccination does not comply with Sharia law due to cases such as the halal issues. For example, the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine was declared to be haram in Indonesia by the Islamic organization, and it was not permissible for Muslims. While another 15% of the respondents were not really sure about Sharia law and the compliance of vaccine with it. We also asked questions that were specific to Christianity, and one of them was if taking vaccine is supported by Christianity or not. 100% of the respondents agreed to this statement, and they think that taking vaccine corresponds to the belief in several branches of Christianity. For example, in Roman Catholicism, vaccinations are morally accepted, and in Orthodox churches, vaccination is considered to be legitimate and aids in achieving better health. We also asked questions that were specific to Buddhist respondents, and one of them was if Buddhist respondents investigate the medical method behind the production of a vaccine before taking it. 100% of the respondents claimed that they do investigate because Buddhism and Buddhist morals highlight the importance of adhering to the Eightfold Path in order to achieve the level of enlightenment, which is nirvana. And right intentions and right actions are really essential to achieve this intention, so they investigate the medical method before taking a vaccine.
For the part 5, there is conclusion, suggestion and the limitation. For the conclusion, there is no religion that has prohibits their followers to take the vaccine with the main purpose of saving life and people around. Also, each religion has its own method and way of following the religions to allow vaccine among their followers. These three religions in this study strongly emphasize on their followers to take the vaccine. Also, they have no compulsion in taking the vaccine if the vaccine causes harm for oneself. For the suggestion, for who have the religion, they have need to refer to their prospective religious opinions in order to ensure their action do not conflict with their religion order. Also, they need enlightenment and methods from religious point of view should be clearly emphasized to anti-vaccine groups so that their doubts about the vaccine can be removed. For the limitation, this paper only focused to 3 major religions that have majority followers in Indonesia. In addition, the focus is on people that have good health and do not suffer from chronic problems and not on pregnant women, children or babies. Thank you.